First thing is challenge the rules. I have one rule in my life, and that's to break a minimum of one rule a day. I always succeed. So if I don't break a rule, I broke my rule. Works great. But anyways, what I mean by that is, we have bullshit rules that have been thrown at us over the years, and we accept them as gospel. When I was a kid, my mom said, "Don't play with bears, don't play with alligators, and don't play with dynamite." I was not the one who played with dynamite, okay? So, but bears and alligators were another story. We're lucky we survived. So, Mom, I don't do that anymore. We were chicken McNuggets at the time, probably about yay tall. Other bullshit rules. I'm surrounded by people that I call it sea lawyers. Sea lawyers are people who know everything, and they're always giving you advice about what's great for you. It'll keep you out of trouble. Well, the problem is they don't know what they're talking about, and I'm going to give you a perfect case example. Because of my work, I was told by many of my friends, if you go to Russia, you're going to get in trouble. And I took that as gospel. Then when you add on top of that, my mother was a child of the 50s, my father, and they were in that time when the Cold War was full blown and the Russians were trying to kill us. That was the mindset. Accept it, fact of life, that is what people thought. So I was flying to a town in Estonia, and I had a connection in Moscow. And the flight attendant asked me if I was going to go into Moscow, and I said, no, ma'am, I would love to. However, if I do, I will get in trouble. And I had a million excuses. I did not want the conversation to continue because I started feeling like, why do you want me to go into Moscow? Well, the point was, I finally told her, listen, if I go to Moscow, I will get in trouble. Well, she was like, why are you on a Russian airline? Well, it's an international airline, but we're not going to go there. I was probably just, doing my rule bending at the time, at least in my mind. So I because she challenged me on this several months ago, I was thinking about this whole conversation, and I go, well, really, it doesn't matter. And I started looking into it. I applied logic to it. I made some phone calls, and I found out, no, it's no problem. Go to Russia. I talked to a friend of mine in the State Department. He goes, you're going to love Russia. Russians are a lot like Texans, big personalities, generally very warm and friendly people. And when I went to Russia, that's what I found out. Last November, I was in Russia. I was there for a very short period, but everybody I met was friendly. Most of them spoke very good English, warm, easygoing. So I'm going back again in January. And in January, when I go back, I'm going to be there for a day and a half, and hope to make some more friends while I'm there. And then, so that's challenging the rules. You open yourself up so much more when you actually apply logic to the rules. So now when I come across the rule, if I apply logic to it, I go to an independent authoritative source, and if that authoritative source says, no, that's really not a good rule, guess what? The rule's out the window.